All right, the podcast and music war has started once again. Should we be allowed to critique people's music? Should we allowed to have our own opinion? Are we entitled to have our own opinion? All that going right now at war with one another with the Joe Budden versus Drake beef. Joe Budden obviously sent a little bit of shots towards Drake, and Drake didn't take kindly to a little bit of the things that he took. Drake seemingly felt like Joe was kind of sending more, personal shots rather than critiques to his album, and we're going to get into some of the videos that are coming out from the Joe Budden podcast. Unfortunately, Joe Budden has put his podcast behind the Patreon wall. I don't know why he would choose to do that. That is kind of grimy in my opinion. Although I am a Patreon subscriber, it is kind of weird that you would kind of want to make people pay for this, and I get it. This is part of like Joe Budden's pettiness that he has when it comes to the things that he deals with and the people he deals with. It's like the fans are gonna be paying for this no matter what, right? So let's get down to it. I kind of want to see exactly what Joe Budden's response is. I did see a little bit of clips here and there, and we're going to get into the podcast right now. We're going to get into the It by V Academics, his Instagram page, because he's posting clips at the moment. We're going to be reacting to them. So we're going to see exactly what Joe Budden has to say. So he responded immediately. I didn't know what he was going to do on the last video. If you guys want to go check it out when I covered Drake's response to Joe Budden's critiques over For All the Dogs. I'm really excited to see what he has to say. So let's get into it.
So he sends me this voice note that I don't listen to. Yeah, my DMs are lit. Shit. Okay.
Something nice?
Yeah, look at you.
Something nice?
Look at you. Look at here, man.
So first off, I guess Drake sent him some voicemails after the whole, interaction between them two. So of course, again, like I said in the last video, Drake is going to empty out that clip. Does not matter if he needs to reload it or not. He will reload that damn clip. Obviously here he sent some voicemails to Joe Budden.
Take a chill pill, Anthony. Have a drink. Throw on some instrumentals. Maybe write one of those fellas. Do your thing. Let me do my thing. Joints for old time's sake.
Oh my god.
A radio play would do you some good, Papa.
That's what
Dude, Drake told Joe Budden to take a chill pill. That is actually pretty funny. Told Joe Budden to get back in the booth. Joe Budden ain't getting back in no booth, man. And he called him Papa at the end. What is that?
he said you? Who said that?
Drake said that. Do y'all hear that?
To you?
That's what I'm saying.
Why are they so surprised? Come on, guys. Obviously, it's towards Joe Budden. Obviously, Ice and Ish and the whole squad is going to be going for Joe Budden, defending him. Obviously, they're on his payroll. So they're going to be defending the boy. We'll have to see. Let's keep checking out here.
Yes.
I'm confused.
There's Parks.
I am a little too.
See,
I think.
How are they confused? What are you confused about? What is the confusion here?
And I'm guessing.
it sounds like he think that this is like...
Nah, I
A
think
game?
that somebody put a battery in his back. I think somebody put a battery in his back.
Beef time. Like, I want... So he sends me this...
I don't think Drake thinks it's a game. This is not a game to him. This is just part of his tactics. This is something they talk about all the time. They tell him that he's methodical. Right now, they don't want to say that, right? They don't want to admit that Drake is a methodical ass guy, Obviously, this is like some playfulness, like pettiness. It's like, why are they acting dumb in this clip?
Bitches I fuck. Like, anything about that. It's my best bro Eskimo.
Bro, Joe Budden swears he's Eskimo brothers with Drake. He swears. They might be. I mean, they both were in the hip hop. They were, Joe Budden was, I don't know at what point he was in his career when Drake was coming in, but I'm sure they ran across some, the same type of women.
I'll keep reading. Because Ish don't want to laugh at me, right? He mad. It's mad. It's mad. My niggas is mad for me, I think. My niggas is so, just drink some tea, nigga. do whatever old niggas do to chill out. You ready to set it, that modern.
Yeah, of course they're mad at him. Of course they're mad at Drake. That's their boy. That's their dog. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to protect him at all costs. They're on the payroll. Come on.
His home shit, right? I build him out his homes. Holy shit. Keeping music. I don't give a fuck what you listen to in your free time because the people's opinion I care about don't have free time.
Ooh, that's a bar. That's a bar, bro. The people I hang out with don't have free time.
Another jab. Why do he feel like the need, like he don't, not only do you not have to do this right now.
What do you mean he doesn't have to do this? I don't know why Joe is acting so dumb in this moment. Why is he acting so dumb right now? Like, you did not expect this when you're very critical of him, and obviously he took a slight to what you were saying. Like, this is a defense. This is him coming to you, attacking you. Like, he's not going to let loose at this point. You know, I'm sure he's going to double down. Why are you so surprised about that?
But it don't work on me.
Yes, it does work on you. Come on. Like, why are you acting this way? This is Joe's game, bro. He acts so dumb. He's the type of guy to throw a rock and hide his hand behind his back. Like, there is no way you're acting this dumb and not realizing why this is like affecting you, or why this is coming at you at the moment. Yes, it does do something to you. That's why you're dedicating a whole segment to it. Like, why are we acting like this?
I don't know if people know that about me, that this type of bitches I fuck. Like, you know anything about if you like or dislike something, but don't talk about my life and shit like you trying to plant some seed or paint some narrative and turn people against me. Okay. Talk about the music. If you hate it, you hate it. But you talking about I'm out here fucking 25-year-olds. This is personal, so I won't read it.
I gotta say that, okay, that's more reasonable than it was like first interpreted as, because when we first thought, we were kind of like, okay, well, Drake is like reacting to his critiques and stuff, but it's not really a critique of his music. I think he's, he's as okay with it as he can be, but as far as the personal attacks and saying that, he should stop messing with the youngins, he should stop messing with 25-year-olds, I guess he took that as a personal attack. But I gotta say, I do agree with Budden here, and the fact that Drake did put it out in his music. He did write those down in his lyrics, and he did, rap them out. That is not something that he kept in secret. That is not something that he was trying to keep away. And, like, I don't understand what, I mean, you put it down in the music. That's part of the critique, right?
That shit feels malicious to me, and I don't do well with that. Your nerd co-host can sit and talk about gangster this and that, but you know how
he's talking about ice. He's talking about ice.
We get down, so keep it journalistic, jabronis. I never even read the end of that.
Keep it journalistic, jabronis. What is Drake? He's The Rock now? What is he? Dwayne the Drake Johnson?
Jabronis. Right?
Oh my God.
Yeah, but I only mentioned that because you mentioned it.
That's true. I can't deny that. You did mention it. He rapped the whole song about it. He rapped multiple songs about it.
Stuff don't work on me, but it's fine.
I gotta agree with that. You did rap about it, so that is left to be critiqued, right? As far as like judging him based upon that, I guess maybe that's where Drake had a problem with having that judgmental tone against him. He did start off the sentence with saying like, I don't like that malicious. It's like coming off as malicious, like you're trying to downplay his character. Maybe that's what he's having an issue with. It's not very clear. Maybe there was more said in the message here, but again, Joe Budden, you can't act so dumb about what's going on in this moment, especially when you obviously feel very, very, very critical of him. And obviously he took it personal as well. Not personal as far as the music. There may be a little bit lines that are blurred between those, but maybe as far as like judging him on his like relationship status and things like that. Especially when I guess apparently Joe has also dated the same type of women, also dated younger women as well.
I'm reading your lyrics.
Okay, I agree with that. Not only am I reading the lyrics, but doing that, reading the lyrics is like taboo, right? You can't say the words underneath the word. But if your team yells out the word, then you can use the word. If you put the shit in lyrics and I hear it and start talking, then what the fuck are you talking about?
But you put a spotlight on it.
Yeah, I guess I gotta agree with him here, and I guess Flip is about to get into a point, so let's let him finish that.
I did put a spotlight on it.
No, you didn't. No, but
it's a Drake lyric. It's got a spotlight on it.
Now wait a minute. This is the thing.
Maybe I think
me screaming. These niggas be taking my voice wrong, but me screaming, "Stop fucking 25-year-olds." Sounds nuts.
It does.
I received that. It sounds nuts, especially because
Okay, so he is admitting here that it does sound a little bit crazy, like, you know, judging him off of that fact. You know, it kind of shows like a lack of awareness, I guess. But now in this moment, he is being aware. He is taking accountability to that. Obviously, Joe Budden is going to do that tactic where he just moves along with it. You know, Flip was about to make a point where he is spotlighting that. I don't know if I totally agree with that. I would have to think about it a little bit more. But as far as like understanding, like Joe Budden really analyzing that lyric and creating his own narrative with it, I could agree with that also. But at the same time, like Drake has that responsibility and also to take accountability for the lyrics he's putting out there. You know, people are going to listen. There's millions of followers. There's millions of listeners. And like, you're obviously people are going to be critical of that, right?
I have fucked a lot of 25.
I mean, people are critical of what's his name, Leonardo DiCaprio. He dates nothing but supermodels and youngins. Like, I mean, what's the difference here? I guess
5-year-olds. It's true.
I'm reading your lyrics.
Okay, I agree with that. I'm reading. Not only am I reading the lyrics, but doing that, reading lyrics is like taboo, right? You can't say the words underneath the word. But if your team yells out the word,
oh, I think this is replaying.
I was like, what's the girl? Sha'Carri Richardson. That's what my experience was. Listening to this album, anybody that has listened to it, it's been out for enough days now. It don't sound like this nigga's having the greatest of time fucking 25-year-olds.
I gotta say that there is I would agree with that. It seems like he has a lot of like, I don't know if it's disdain or there's a level of like, there is a lot of pettiness throughout the album. There's a lot of negativity throughout the album, and you can feel it all. I mean, a lot of people love that. That's one of the things that's kind of what Drake has become over the last couple of years, and you know, obviously, still being hurt by them and being frustrated by how women are these days. And I can only imagine at that, you know, stratosphere of wealth, how that is difficult to have like some sort of normal dating life. But I think that comes with the game. But it's not, it's like, is that something that is acceptable for you, or is that something acceptable for him? I don't really know, you know, that is more for Drake to answer that. But what I'm saying is like, you get real jaded about who you're dating and who, like, it just sucks, you know, you really want to date these like women, and I can only imagine how hard it is when you can't even trust them. And that is through the entire album, you know, that is through the entire album about like how difficult it is. I mean, a whole skit was against, you know, a woman talking about how she went on like on an economy flight and how she was just eating oxtails all the time. Like, it just shows like, I guess he was just trying to shine a light on how some women are just very like entitled, I guess.
I think that even when you brought up the 25-year-old shit, not even to shoot you no bell, but you brought it up in relation to the music.
He don't sound like he having a blast. Am I off?
No.
That's in there. That's there. And 25 was the grace.
That's
the part y'all fucking miss.
Track 3.
25 is the grace.
And by the way, freaking Parks obviously has a gripe here too, because he caught it straight. He caught it straight, you know.
Yo, do you think people are not listening to this?
That is true. I think he knows that people. Obviously, he knows that people are listening to this. What kind of dumb question is that? But I guess what he's saying is like, the more, I don't even know what Drake meant. It's really hard what he even meant. I guess the way Joe is phrasing it, the way he's kind of like, because he has to. He remember he's very methodical. So the way he started off the DM was like, you know, I don't like how malicious you were coming off, or the way you're painting the picture of how things are. And I guess that's what he means here. So I'm going to keep moving forward with that thought in mind, right?
Oh, so you didn't want me to skip that line. You didn't want me to overlook that line. Not even 4 bars later, you back reminding me that this bitch is young. Shorty's still young, so she don't know the classics. Nigga, your classic was 09. Who are you talking to right now?
Drake does not have, like, he has more classics than just in the 09 era Drake, you know? He has more classics than that. Come on.
I'm not saying that because I hang out with dude or I got some personal fucking information. I'm trying to spin some fucking narrative. I'm saying that because you saying that. You never switch girls in that. It's the same. Somebody say something.
I'm listening to you go.
listening to
What
you
you
go.
talking about, nigga?
And he got the nerve to put up that fucking shit on Instagram.
Again, like, it's just more and more of that, right? It's just like, should you be commenting on other men's shit, you know? Well, this is one of the last type of clips, but let's he put out more, so let's check this one out. Yeah, let's keep checking out here.
Let y'all know this certainty that I speak with, like, this is not like it's not internet bravado, right? It's not like confidence from what's commented. It's not fragile. I speak this way because I did it, I lived it, and I'm still here to talk about it.
I felt the same way. When he was talking all that shit, Mark Zuckerberg, how does he have an opinion on hip hop? I was like,
no, you know every single lyric of that. You know every single bar of what he just put. Come on, Parks.
I'm so happy my discography is what it is. You can go look it up.
There will never be a space on this earth where there's a music conversation happening and
Listen, before he gets into his rant, I think that it's okay. I mean, I think that, what is that saying? Like, a lot of coaches who they play basketball, right? And they're like the best, like one of the best coaches out there are the ones who usually play basketball and know what the game is. I saw that kind of applies here with Joe Budden. Like, you know, he's one of the best, you know, writers, one of the best, like, freaking artists, or not as far as like popularity wise, because not a lot of people like knew who he was. It's kind of more in that, like, I don't even know what to explain it. It's a little bit more niche of like rap and hip hop. It was more of those rap listeners. But I'm saying is that Joe Budden has done this, and, you know, understands the game itself, you know. So he can have a critique of it, but that wasn't what Drake was saying. Again, you know, that wasn't what Drake was trying to. I mean, he even said that it's okay for you to critique my stuff, just don't start with that personal shit. I don't know.
I'm not qualified to have it. I've done this at every fucking level, and I'm only still here because of my fortitude and my ability to innovate and be at the precipice when counted out at all times.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. That is a true statement. The fact that Joe Budden was able to pivot through a lot of his adversities, the fact that, you know, when Rory and Ma left the podcast, and now he's pivoting off of that and has the new cast with him, and they're being successful at this moment as well. You know, he's known to be pivoting, or even everyday struggle with academics. How he's, you know, Joe Budden is no stranger to having, you know, his pivot foot is like iron at this point. You know, it's just who he is. I wouldn't deny them that. I wouldn't take that away from him. That is something that I look up to for him. You know, the way that he's able to just pivot. You know, maybe not all the time is it because it's for the beneficial of him. Maybe sometimes it's because he's gotten into some shit, but overall, the fact that he's able to, you know, survive and, you know, keep his head afloat.
I beg of you, if I'm not qualified to talk music, if I'm not qualified to discuss rap as it drops at a time where nobody is discussing rap.
I don't know who's saying that he's not qualified to talk about music, unless that was like some common shit. I don't know, because I didn't read the comments much. But if that was some common shit, like, I don't know, man. This guy is qualified to talk about music. He's been talking about music for the last, I don't know how many years, like 7 years?
As it drops.
8 years? Even before that. Like, what the fuck?
Then who the fuck is?
Or
I just want to let y'all know.
So yeah, I think that was about it. I just wanted to talk a little bit about, you know, what was going on with that, and a little bit of like the aftermath of what Drake and Joe Budden were having one another. I'm very interested in like this whole podcast sphere. You know, I always want to talk more about what's going on, and I'm very into the hip hop culture, and I listen to Joe Budden, you know, pretty frequently. I think, you know, he's one of my favorite podcasts. I listen to it like weekly, like I said on the last video. So I thought it was an interesting topic when it was, you know, these two, and being able to critique somebody's music, you know, getting into that, you know, what is personal, what is something that you can use, what is something you can talk about. And I just thought it was an interesting talking point. I think I pretty much got my thoughts across here, but yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you think about this. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought about what Joe Budden says. And I really love to hear it. And we're on the road to 500 subs, so with your help, we can definitely get there. And I would appreciate it if you leave a like, a comment, and you hit the sub button, man. And hope you guys have a great day. Peace.